Hey guys, it's Dominique. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to do something different. I know some of you have been with me through this channel when we were doing house searches and we were doing clothing hauls and shop with me's and decor hauls and eating out. Well, since then, I don't know if you've noticed, but the world has changed. We're no longer able to do things like go to Joann's Fabric and look at the spring decor, or compare Michael's to Hobby Lobby. Life has gotten very, very strange recently. So instead of, doing all of those things, of course, being the shopaholic, whatever you want to call me that I am, I found a new place. I found somewhere to go, something to do, to occupy myself while I've been in my house for a month. Yes, we're going to go outside. I have to show the people first. Give me a second. Anyway, if you're with me through the millennial house search, you know that I bought a house a little bit ago, on December 31st, actually. So I entered 2020, this year that was supposed to be so amazing. I entered with a brand new house and all these hopes and dreams, and then there was a quarantine and people are dying now. So we're going to go ahead and start a new series today. It's called my Side Yardener series. So stick in. I'm going to show you how I'm cultivating a side yard garden with absolutely no gardening experience. Are we going to get vegetables? Probably not. Are my plants going to die? More than likely. Let's be honest, I'm not good at nature, but I'm trying real hard. So hopefully this inspires you too. Hopefully you get tips from professionals. But today what we're going to do is I'm going to show you the side garden, and we're actually going to go through and I'm going to prune. I was obsessively watching videos last night about pruning. Like, I was up till 2 a.m. just watching YouTube videos about pruning. That's what my life is. That's where we are. My life is sad. I don't work anymore. I watch pruning videos. That's where we are. Thank you, Corona. At least I'm healthy. I shouldn't be upset. Anyway, so let's go ahead and hop into it. I'm going to go ahead and show you my plants and what I'm going to prune. Sound good? Sounds good. Out into the yard. I do have a stabilizer, and I do need to use it. It's just hard for me to use because I have to take my phone out of this case, and I just feel like that's risking a lot, because I don't even touch my cell phone. Anyway, so let's go ahead and go through it. I'm going to show you the plants, and then we'll get into what we're going to prune today. I have the scissors. I'm holding them like they're knives. Probably not the best thing. Whatever. All right, so let's show you what's going on. I don't know this, but it's pretty normal for Mimi and Harrison, my thing 1 and thing 2, to want to come out here. So right here we have a cucumber plant. This plant used to look better, but then it got hit by a windstorm, and now it just looks sad. I don't know how to prune that, so I'm not going to touch it. Over here we have my... Anyway, over here we have my squash plant. I'm going to go ahead and clip some of the leaves from that. The lower hanging ones that are closer to the dirt. That way it wants to grow. Over here we have my tiny tomato plants. This is where I'm going to focus the majority of my energy today, because I watched so many tomato pruning videos, and they're just a bunch of like low hanging branches that are just going to have to come off today. And last but not least, I do feel bad about this one because this guy is like, he's thriving, he's living his best life, he's doing his thing, but he also needs to come down and get bushy. I don't want him getting too tall. I feel really bad because it looks like we have a little flower that's about to, can you see it? We have a little flower that's about to open, which is super sad to me, but I'll get more flowers this way. So I'm going to go ahead and snip this guy. Over here I do have a new bed, my onions, the cat grass, and my other new bed, and then my other really sad cucumber plant. Honestly, I don't know what to do with these. I think I may need to just dig them up and try again with a trellis, because these are some of them are limp. So I'm going to cut out the limp ones, see where we end up. Some of them look fine. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not a professional. I'm going to go ahead and prune back this guy too. I'm not even on the plant. I'm going to prune back this guy. I'm actually just going to... Ooh, you are attached to someone. Okay. Okay, I see you. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and snip him back. But let's go ahead and... My garden assistant's outside. Say hello, Milani. Say good morning. Say good morning to the people. Okay, whatever. I'm going to go ahead and start over here with my tomatoes. And I'm probably going to do this wrong and I might kill the plant. But you know what? This is my first time owning a garden. Or having a garden, or whatever you do, garden. Anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and start off by just pruning this guy back. I'm going to take all the shoots that are close to the ground, or the soil as it were, and I really want it to, I think they said, like, focuses the growth hormone upward. Mind you, I am really just quoting what I heard online at like 2 a.m. So everything that's really low is going to come out. I'm just going to clean up the bottom. You may come out too. And I didn't prune it before because I didn't know you were supposed to do this. You may come off. And I might be over pruning. Maybe, maybe not. We'll see how it reacts to what I'm doing. So this guy is going to come off. And we're going to go ahead and pinch off the suckers, which is a term I learned yesterday. Yay for me. We're going to go ahead and let that keep its height and get it on the trellis, and then keep snipping down low. Okay, so you are actually a sucker that big. You're a big sucker. Ha 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 ha. So are you. So. Alright, so now we're just gonna fill in that bottom part with some dirt. Do you think I know what I'm talking about? Do I sound like I know what I'm talking about? I don't. I don't. Not at all. Let's clean up this pot. So, going a little higher, I may leave some of this alone, aside from that part that I just broke. That guy looks like it wants to flower. For now, I'm going to leave the top of this alone. I want it to get a little bit taller before I keep cutting. Yeah. Cool. Cool, cool. And that's really great because I actually have time for it to get taller. So, moving from that guy, and the theory here, I guess, is that if you cut it back, it freaks out and it shocks it and it like starts growing again. And this guy has had a lot of its growth just stop recently, so I would like it to start, you know, growing again. Alright. I do have 3 tomato plants in here. So I have one here, one here, one here. Alright, moving on. Moving on to plant number 2. If you look at this plant, he is short. I really need to bring a towel out here so I have a place to put my knee. Actually, I'm going to do that now. Alright, so if you look at this guy, he has no real central vine on him. I think it's a lot of competing vines. And he's got the cutest itty bitty, do you see it? The cutest little itty bitty tomato. So I got a bunch of fruit from this one very, very, very early. It actually came with the fruit. So I'm probably going to do I'm probably doing the wrong thing. I'm going to cut the fruit out. I want this plant to really focus its attention on growing big and not growing fruit right now. It has been about this size since it came home with me. So we're going to go down low. It's a very short plant. So I do want to cut all the lower leaves. I don't want to cut too much off the top. So this is where I'm kind of getting a little scared with my cutting because I don't want to damage the plant. I do want it to grow. I'm noticing that it's actually growing at an angle, which is interesting. So I more than likely planted it at an angle, which is why it looks so very short. When I got these plants, learn from my mistakes. When I got these plants, I planted them at night. And yeah, I planted them at night. I don't know what to tell you. I'm going to go ahead and take this guy off. These leaves right... Okay, bye. Oh, God, I feel like I'm doing a very extreme prune on this. But his entire life is very low. Again, because of the way I planted it. So I can't really have it, like, touching the soil. Because evidently, that's how you get, like, rot going. I'm going to go ahead and turn this guy toward me. This branch, I'm going to go ahead and cut. Yeah, because he's touching the soil. He wants to touch. I don't want him to, so. And then we have a few more shriveled branches in there, and I don't want those in there either. So yeah, so we are. Everybody on this one, everything's pretty strong as far as the branches that I'm leaving in. So I'm going to let them keep going and growing and getting tall. But I don't want these ones that are in the dirt, touching the dirt, you know? I am going to push some... I don't know what's happening. I'm going to push some of the dirt that I did put in yesterday toward the bottom of it. I do want it to grow a pretty strong root system, and that's something that I did see on YouTube. This is pretty much my whole gardening. This whole garden is what I saw on YouTube. 1, 2, yep. Alright, so I may have just killed this plant, but we will see. Hopefully he comes back and he flourishes. If not, then guess who's getting a new tomato plant? Or I'm moving the peppers over here. I'm not real sure. But hopefully little plant gets his life, you know? Hopefully I didn't kill anything. Alright. Alright, for the peppers, I'm going to take a pretty dramatic snip, which does hurt me, especially from this guy, because he's gotten so tall. But what I'm actually going to end up doing is I'm going to try to grow his root system again, so that he doesn't... So I'm not losing him. So according to the girl on the video last night, whose name I don't remember, and her handle I don't remember either, you cut at a 45-degree angle, because if you cut flat... Come on, baby. Oh, that just happened. Anyway, if you cut flat, you're going to end up with mold. I'm going to cut some of these. No, I'm not. I'm not going to cut the lower leaves. And I'm going to do the same thing with this guy. So I don't want to go 3 junctions up. Hit him at an angle. And cut off the top. Oh, that's so sad. So according to, again, all the gardeners I watched last night, all of that growth hormone's going to go toward making more leaves and making this bushier versus making it tall. Because that's where it was going. It was getting very tall. And eventually, if it gets too tall, then I'll need to either support it or... I can't believe I just did that. I'm going to either need to support it or I'm going to, like, have it break or something. I don't know. What I do know is I do want them to get bushy, and I want them to produce fruit. I am going to go ahead and put these in water because I want them to grow more roots, and I'm going to put them all in this pot. That way I have a nice little pot of peppers. I've traumatized my plant, got him back on his hook. We're going to go ahead and give the garden a really quick water. I did water last night. Yeah, we're going to do the cucumbers over here too. While I'm being cut happy, let's get these cucumbers done. And get the squash done too. A lot of these are bent, and I haven't wanted to prune them, you know, just because I lost a lot of plant with this one to that windstorm, which makes me so sad because it was so thriving. I feel like this guy is actually healing himself, so I'm going to leave him alone. I don't know if that's a thing that plants do, but that's what he looks like he's doing. So I'm going to go ahead and cut off. So if you notice, I have a few new leaves still forming, which in my mind tells me that this is still alive. It's not thriving, as I said, the way that it was. It was like, honestly, living its best life. And I'm so sad that that storm came and just ruined my whole thing. If you look in the pot, it's a bit dusty right now because I did put some feed in it last night. So once I'm done here, I'm going to go ahead and water everyone. Everybody's gotten traumatized today. Aside from the onions, you know, the onions are living their best life. Vegan onions. Alright, so here we are with my squash plant. I am going to go ahead and go in with these yellow leaves. Some of these leaves toward the bottom. You know, I don't want them in there. They aren't going to get the sunlight that they need or something. I don't really know. I kind of watch YouTube videos on gardening while I'm like falling asleep and then get really excited to come do stuff in the morning. So this guy's getting pretty tall, which makes me happy. I feel like I would love it if they would trellis. I don't know if I need to like lead them up the trellis or what I need to do with that, but right now I'm just gonna leave them alone, aside from the fact that I'm cutting the living daylights out of them. Beep. Beep. Beep, beep. All right, so yeah, everyone's been cut today. I did a significant cut on the whole garden. We will see how this turns out. Hopefully, you know, you can see my trial and error before you start doing this stuff yourself. So if it works out for me, maybe you can do it in your own garden. And if it doesn't work out for me, you can avoid this whole thing. This whole thing. Think of me as your, like, gardening... I can't believe I cut those tomatoes out. Think of me as, like, your gardening guru on what not to do. Oh, you're gardening what not to do, Rue. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, so that's the whole video. Last thing I'm going to do is get some water out here, clean up all of this debris. I cannot believe I cut I can't believe I cut those tomatoes out. Get some water, clean up the debris, and just let Mimi visit with her plants for the day. Hopefully my peppers come back. If you're enjoying this video, don't forget to thumbs up. Leave a comment below. Let me know if you're going to start your own garden, things that you've been afraid of. You know, I'd love to share this whole project with you as I cannot go outside. I really miss shopping. Lowe's has become my place. Anyway, so yeah. Thanks, truck. Thanks. Anyway, so that's all we got. Have a great rest of your day, guys. Hopefully you find something to do during this quarantine. If you're not being productive, oh, good for you. When again are you ever going to not be able to be productive? Come on now. Bye.